Hey everybody, Doctor here. Just want to do a quick little vlog update kind of thing after coming home from final round. I am finally settled and relaxing and, catching up on some things. Um, so final round was this weekend, final round 2019. And it was an event with a couple firsts for me, which I think was um, really good for me. Obviously, this is my first weekend doing commentary live at an event. I did Dragon Ball Z on Saturday. I did top 24 and I did pools, which was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed myself a lot. I definitely felt confident in my commentary. I hadn't, like I said, I hadn't done a live event before, but it didn't really feel any different from, commentating from my room. When I do League of Legends and when I do my solo Dragon Ball casts on YouTube, I don't feel pressure. I don't get nervous or anything like that. And it was just like that at Fun Around. I had a duo this time, Big Willyisms. I think it's just at Willyisms on Twitter. And so it was obviously different than doing a Dragon Ball solo cast, but it was still good. I felt very comfortable in my understanding of the game and my takes on the commentary. I don't think I called out anything just straight up wrong, which I was definitely a little bit worried about because it is not my stronger commentary game, being League of Legends, obviously. I definitely have room for improvement, though, right? I definitely wasn't too familiar with frame data or anything like that. I know the characters, I know the moves, I know, the mechanics, but it's that fine nitty gritty that I definitely felt I was missing. Other than that, though, I definitely felt good about it, and I definitely want to do more, and it's definitely something I am going to pursue. I am going to be sending out reels, updated reels, to events throughout the year and seeing what happens. Dragon Ball is obviously a very fun game, and we do have some excellent commentary people out there who do Dragon Ball. Tasty Steve, Yipes, and then everybody there that was here at Final Round. Romanova, Kari Safari, Willie as well, and so this was definitely a learning event because it is my first, and so I got to chat with people that do this a bit more full time. Amanda Stevens actually got me in touch with Hell Pockets, who helped me out a lot, who was open to answering questions and being a resource to help me level up my game. So shout out to all of them as well. And another big thing this event was, it was a huge boost to my motivation, more so than other events, not just because I was actually pursuing something that I've been trying to pursue for a while now in the commentary, but I also got a chance to talk with people that I don't typically talk to at events. Most of the times when I'm at events, I talk to people who do esports full time, whether they're players, content producers, media, and for me, that's actually fairly demoralizing in a way. And I know it sounds kind of silly because when you can't do it full time, but you're surrounded by all these people that have already laid the groundwork for you to follow, and they've lined the stones with which you can walk along. It should be motivating, right? You should be able to be like, all right, this is the path that they took, this is the path that I can take, and I'm just gonna do it. But for me, it wasn't really like that. I see all these paths I can take, and it's I work towards them, but it's different, right? Because it's these people are where I want to be, and it's just an odd feeling. But this weekend, I actually got to chat with the EXO Academy girls a lot. Pichon and Romanova, and just hearing how stupidly busy their schedules are and how much they put into it was really motivating for me because coming home and working the full-time day job 40 hours a week and then still trying to fit in esports is, for me, it's tough. And hearing and talking with those two especially, and how much they do very similar things, like they obviously have jobs and they still fit the esports in, was super motivating for me because it helps me realize how much empty time I have in my day, that I can use more effectively to pursue what I want to do. Um, and it's definitely going to be helping me going forward because I can now uh, try and utilize that time a bit better and try and not let the day job get me down as much as it usually does, which is obviously good. It's helpful, and it's one of the best parts about the FGC I find is that you do get that type of opportunity to talk to people like that. Because when you cover a Counter-Strike event or a League event or something like that, it's like 99% time people doing it full time, whether it's like I said, players, commentators, media. Those people basically do that full time, and so you at those events you have a near zero chance of talking to somebody who is doing everything. And so for me it was definitely very demotivating being in that space and trying to compete in a way with these people, or like mentally compete with myself to get to that position. So definitely shout outs to Pichan and Romanova for helping me out. I know I definitely didn't say anything like that during the event, but it's mostly because I thought about it afterwards. This event was also really fun. It was my first time competing at a large event. I'd gone to my local a couple times, but I'd never really signed up and competed against other people, really. And something I kind of realized is that the people that travel and go to these types of events are really, really good. I went 0-2 in both Dragon Ball and Street Fighter, which is not good, I'm not gonna lie, but playing the players that beat me and then being able to hang out and watch them continue on through pools was super fun. And I mean, this weekend I had the chance to earn playing top players. In my pools, if I'd won both my first match in Street Fighter and Dragon Ball respectively, I would have played Alex Myers and Kazunoko. And I was actually super excited to get that opportunity, and then I lost, so I didn't get that opportunity, which is very I was disappointed, definitely. And so then I went back and I practiced, and I'm gonna continue practicing, and I'm gonna try and hit my local more because it is the level opportunity that you need to take advantage of. And so I'm gonna be practicing both Street Fighter and Dragon Ball going forward. I'm probably just gonna drop League and BRs for the most part because fighting games do require such an involvement learning wise. And so next time, I want to go to an event next time and be able to take advantage of those opportunities to play the top players, but I also want to earn it, right? Like I don't want to play top players in friendlies just because I see them every event. I want to be able to play them in bracket. I want to be able to put up a fight against them in bracket, not just beat my first match and then get 0-2 or get like stomped, right? And that's again a unique opportunity to the FGC, right? Like I'm never gonna get the chance to play Bjergsen in solo queue. Like it's just not gonna happen. But I can go to Fauna Round, Combo Breaker, Evo, and play the likes of like Kazunoko, Goichi, Alex Myers, Knuckle Dew, like all these different players, and so it's motivating going forward. And so I'm definitely gonna be working towards those goals, on top of my commentary goals, right? I set two New Year's resolutions this year, which were commentate on LAN, which I've already done. It's only 3 months in the year, and I've already done that. Like that's to me huge, and is like a big boost of confidence for me going forward. And then the second one was to cover an international event, not counting Canada, even though I'm from the States and it's technically an international event. I just don't consider it then because I'm only like a 6-hour drive from Canada, which I know, while like kind of a lot, isn't really a lot. And so I'm working towards that. The biggest barrier there is obviously financial. Flying around is very expensive and hotels are very expensive. And because I'm focusing on events that are actually financially possible for me. Final round. I'm trying to make it to Combo Breaker, and I keep telling myself I'm just not going to miss Evo again this year because I've missed it the last 2 years. So maybe that New Year's resolution doesn't happen, but I'm definitely pushing forward. I'm definitely trying to do my best to make it to these international events, probably leaning towards Europe. But we'll see. And so, keeping those in mind, I'm definitely working towards, especially the commentary goal, because it is something I've been doing for a large portion of my life. I've been commentating League of Legends and a myriad of other games since like high school, like 7 years ago. So it's something that is really near and dear to my heart, and so I'm going to be pushing forward in that aspect. I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be sending out reels and things like that to people that I want to work with, and so hopefully that pans out. But final round overall, just an absolutely great experience. It was my first time going to the old venue because I only went last year, and it was in the big like warehouse convention center type thing. And this year's venue was actually super dope. Having the 3 separate ballrooms, I felt allowed for some really hype moments and for some really great crowd interactions, because everybody's crowded in, everybody's cheering, everybody's screaming. Like, you could hear it through the mics all weekend. It was just a great experience, especially, sitting there and being able to watch the crowd form as the matches are going on, and then being able to see people get hyped and, being able to work that in was super grateful, was super great. And I don't think we would have gotten that at the old venue, honestly, to such a degree. So that was super fun. Obviously, getting to hang out with everybody once again, super great. And I mean, what else can I say, right? Like, I was able to do something that I'd wanted to do for a while now. And I mean, hold on. And I mean, definitely some of the biggest shout outs to Amanda Stevens and Evan Johnson, both of who were able to get some really great photos of me, along with all the other commentators this weekend, because that's super fun, and I definitely want to thank them a lot. Definitely, the biggest shout out to Final Round and everybody who helps run it this weekend, giving me the opportunity to, commentate and, help in whatever capacity I was able to. And hopefully, everything goes forward, and, we'll see them again next year. But, for me, again, I'm Michael Dr. Parati, and I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.